to record it.
In a world where equality is just another euphemism for mediocrity, where participation is more highly valued than achievement, where just enough to get by is the new standard of excellence, there is a small minority of people who fight back against such apathy, who struggle daily to reach new heights. These brave few are the hope for the future, the bright shining light for the next generation. They are the ones who will lead us to the places we have never dreamed of, to the undiscovered country, to reach goals only a few can even begin to imagine. Unfortunately, none of those people could be here tonight, so kick back and relax. Prepare yourself for several hours of fun, friendship, fascinating conversation, and fabulous music. All those F's, that's an alliteration and kind of a radio trick. Speaking of radio, you're listening to the most popular radio station in the history of broadcast radio, at least among stations that originate from Chris's living room. It's Curious Times. Your host is a curious listener. Here she is, Chris.
All right, then. Welcome everybody to Curious Times. It's Saturday night, and we do have somebody. It's Corrine De Winter, and it is already July 28th. Oh, my God. What is going on? So, anyhow, welcome. Looks like we're going to have looks like I get about a week off here, which is good, because I need this week off. In fact, I might need to take Friday off. Salva will be here Friday, or if she switches to Thursday. And so she can, she's quite capable of running it herself anyway. And so, like, it looks like I'll be gone until next Saturday. I'll be back with Kimber. So anyway, yes, Corrine is here. She is like one of everything. She's an artist and a writer, and she's the owner of www.purpleplates.com. She's a psychic medium. She's a video star. She's like the only person I know who murdered somebody in a video, in a music video. So like, and you gotta have one of those, like, you know what I mean? You want to have one of every in your friends list, eh? Like a lawyer, and it's good to have a lawyer, know a doctor. You gotta know, oh yeah, I don't have a Playboy bunny. Go figure. Or a play girl. What do they call the guy? Like centerfold, I guess, but what do they didn't call Jackrabbit? Like what do they call like the dudes? They have a little bunny for the women. Playgirl. Playboy. The Playboy. The play toy. The boy toy. The toy boy. Anyhow, the dude. They don't have a little name like that for them. But again, it's, you know, these are all the subtle ways that women are being, you know, undermined in our world. Like a little bunny. Like that's very minimizing. You know what I mean? You cannot minimize a woman that has like 40 double D breasts. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. Anyway, I don't even know where that came from. I think that I'm like channeling some idiot. Okay, so I'm sending the idiot away, and let's do the show. So Corrine is here. She does all of that. She's also a radio show host of her own show, Supernatural Radio on Blog Talk Radio, and she loves to talk about and dabble in and deal with the paranormal, all things paranormal. And anyway, you can find all of her art and books and everything like this at www.CorrineDeWinter.com. And that's, for those just listening rather than watching, Corrine, not Corinne, Corrine DeWinter.com. And www.purpleplates.com is where you can find all of her purple energy products and her jewelry. She does jewelry, and like there's all kind of an amazing Ostera is the one I highly recommend. This fragrance is like, oh my God. See? Oh. It's amazing. Like if you're having any kind of bad day, all you got to do is just like a little, and just smell that, and like you're like, oh man, that smells good. And it does. I'm not even like making fun of it. It just totally does. And so anyway, highly recommend to get that Astera. And it's beautiful, beautiful stuff. Okay, let's go get her, for heaven's sakes. What's the big holdup? She is, the famous Corrine De Winter. Hello, Corrine.
Hello. Okay. So, I don't know what they call it in Playgirl, but the other night I was at a brew in the zoo. It was like you tasted all these different brewery beer, and you went through the zoo as you did this. It was really cool, and there was a beer called Stud Finder.
And did it work?
So I said to the guy, this better work. And then I went back to him and I go, do you have any more Stud Finder? He goes, no, we ran out of it. I go, well, I didn't find any stud, buddy, Anyways, whatever. It was funny,
That's funny.
Yeah,
yes, Michael, as in the 2x4s that you find in your household walls. A stud finder. Okay, go ahead, Corrine, yes?
I had a dream about you, Chris, Wednesday night.
Uh-oh.
But it was good because you got a job.
Oh, my God.
I know. I was like, I meant to write to you the next morning and say, did you get a job? Because in the dream, it was like some big building you were working at. It wasn't like a factory, but it was a big building. And you were really happy about it, and you said, I don't know how I'm still going to do my show. But I don't remember. But anyways, the gist of it was that you got a job, and you were really happy about it,
Awesome. Well, that would be great. From your lips to God's ears, and to the owner of the big building's ears, that would be good. I won the lottery. I would, if I had to pick one, I'd rather go with my dream where I win buckets of money in the lottery. Then I could still do my show, and I could, and then I could not have to worry about it. But yes, I know I've been like dreaming. I had a really, although the details are like, I had this really wacky dream, and it was like all kinds of people that were, again, from work, past jobs, but not the same job, and all intermixed into the, into the dream. It was crazy. I love dreaming vivid dreams, though. Love that. I love it. Really love that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So Shelby, I asked on Facebook what shows I could watch on Netflix, and Shelby suggested one called Dark Forest, and it was freaking awesome. It's a guy from New Zealand that travels to all these dark tours. Like, for instance, they went to Fukushima, okay? And so it's about 6 people on a bus in Fukushima, or near Fukushima, the plant. And these people are freaking out, right? They're like, they get to this, it's all deserted around there. No one will come back. They call it, in Japan, they call it dangerous to return to, an area like that. It's like there's signs dangerous to return to. And so there's abandoned everything, houses, buildings, everything. It's just creepy. And so everyone on the tour has like a Geiger counter, and they're seeing the radiation points going up and up. And the tour guide starts out saying that, anything above 0.2 is bad. So it gets up to 16 point something. And they're like, we got to get out of here. So suddenly their dark tour doesn't seem like such a great idea. So,
like, are they, like, what kind of special stupid does it take to do that?
I know.
Are they,
and listen,
are they in, they're not in any protective gear, no suits, no nothing?
No.
What, like, that's, I don't even have the words for that.
And then there's a body of water there, like a lake, that at the bottom of it, there's tons of radioactive sludge, right? But they say that there were guys fishing there, okay?
Oh.
And they said that the top of the water was okay, but if not to dive down deeply or go down deeper because it was all really radioactive.
And none of the fish, and you can be assured that none of the fish that you catch have gone below that. Like, oh my God.
Know. But there were
Like,
guys fishing there. They even cooked the fish and ate it. I was like, what?
That's like watching, like, so, okay, great show idea, Corrine. Everybody go watch people commit suicide.
Well, it's a slow death, you know? I mean...
No, I know, like, that's ridiculous.
Anyway,
that's reckless and irresponsible. They should not be doing that, and they shouldn't be putting it on TV. Because people are going to watch, and then, I'm going to go, look at those people went on that tour. I'm going to go over there. Like, come on, people.
Well, people do a lot of stupid things, let's face it, you know? But, so then he goes investigating he goes to, where was it, Haiti? I don't know, it was about voodoo. And he gets, like, he runs into this woman that he's supposed to interview, and she says that her guide, Tranta, or something like that, told her that a white man was coming and that he was going to be part of her voodoo group or whatever. And so he does that whole voodoo ritual with her. And, you know, of course, he can't stand when they're killing the chickens and using the chicken blood. And the lady's like, well, you eat chicken, right? I mean, it's got to be killed to be eaten. And he's like, yeah, I know, but just seeing it slaughtered in front of me is not fun. And so, anyways, you know, then he goes on the dark side of voodoo, and a ritual on the dark side of voodoo, and the people are freaking out, saying that they're full of the demon and all this other stuff. But I mean, all his travels were so interesting. I mean, there was, you know, it was like a whole season, probably about 10 or 11 destinations. And one place in America, I can't remember, I think it was, God, where was that guy? Where was that weirdo guy, Jimmy? Yeah, the torture guy. People go there to get tortured. Yeah, somewhere in the south. Somewhere in the south, of course. And but people go there to get tortured, and this guy who was doing it, the New Zealander, wasn't. He was like, you know, he couldn't take it. So after, like, I don't know, a half hour or something, the guy's like, I'm out. I can't do this, you know. But this guy doesn't charge to do it, but he's got a waiting list that is 3 years long. Yeah, like,
you can get tortured. At least you can get tortured for free.
Yeah, right. Right, exactly.
Thank God for that.
But it was really cool. I'm trying to think of the other episodes, but you really like the guy because the guy's cool. He's like a journalist. He questions everything. Oh, I know what one of them was. Oh God, what is it? Jakai Forest in Japan. It's called Suicide Forest. Like a lot of people, more people go there to die or commit suicide than supposedly anywhere else in the world. And so they went into that forest to see, and he went with a woman who had gone there to commit suicide and was visited by a spirit that saved her life, supposedly. And but it's a really cool looking forest. It's creepy, but it's very cool looking. And so that was very interesting. It was all interesting, you know. So I would suggest anyone watch it that has Netflix. It's really cool.
That some of them sound okay, but some of them like just sound like wow. Somebody is some of that stuff that just shouldn't be.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I agree.
Shouldn't be.
Yeah.
So
people
lately
like
they've been. Go ahead.
People like to get scared, you know.
Yeah, and there's there's better ways to do that than watch people walk into a radioactive place and eat radioactive fish with 3 heads and that kind of thing. But anyway, I think I see. So just to keep you up to date here on what's going on, we got 3. I'm just wondering if that 253 is Wanda. If it's Wanda, it's been forever since I talked to Wanda. You remember Wanda from way back?
Vaguely. Is she in Alabama?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting if it's her. You guys, anybody that wants to draw, just you go along the right, just to the right of the black screen area and click on that pencil. But because it's a black background, you need to select this beneath the arrow. That's the bendy arrow that looks like that. You have to. There's a box and you have to select a color there because black on black equals invisible, right? And then that little sliding scale will change the thickness of your... And then if you want to delete your stuff, your artwork, then click on that. You can delete, you can delete like the last thing that you did by clicking on that bendy arrow, okay? And you can delete everything you've put on the screen by clicking the circle with the X in it. Okay, and you can just delete everything that you've done. Okay, don't tell me what to do. I can tell you exactly what to do if I want to, Shelby. So there. Okay, now back to our regularly scheduled programming. They've been having some of the like the 2020 or 48 hour, those kind of shows, like with a little more of the details of what all it took to rescue those soccer boys in Thailand, and it was quite an expedition, quite a lot of work involved in that. It was crazy.
Well, you know, and I know that their guide didn't know there was going to be a flood. But that was a little bit of a dark tourist thing in itself. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying that the guy knew there was going to be a flood, but Jesus, you know, you really want to bring kids into a place where, you know.
Well, it sounds to me like they've gone. You know, it's not the first time they've gone to the caves and things like that, and you know, so. You know what I mean? It's just one of those freak things that happens, and it just sounds like. And somebody said, "Well, why would they ever go that far in?" And I'm like, "Well, they probably didn't. But when the rain started flooding in, they probably had to run for their lives and retreat further in, as opposed to running out. And it's a good thing they did. I mean, it's you know, I mean, it's good. I mean, it all turned out except for the one poor guy that that died in the whole thing, but it was really nice that they all got out, and everything that went into that rescue was just crazy. And one guy, some of the stuff we didn't know, like I didn't know until I watched this, that they actually were sedating the boys. Okay, that they had a doctor in there with them for about a week of that time leading up to but right before each of them was coming out, then they sedated the boys some so that they wouldn't panic with the mask and everything, on, and cause further problems during because it was a 3-hour tour, and so it would be easy to panic. It would be easy to panic if you've never been with scuba gear and all, under those circumstances with no visibility and, bumping into walls and, it would be easy enough for somebody to panic, you know what I mean? And that could spell death. And so it was actually the best thing to do for everybody, because it also made the rescuers' jobs a little bit easier. But there was one of the rescuer guys who actually got a little bit lost, like the visibility was so bad, and he actually wound up in the wrong chamber further in, and he barely made it out. And so who knew some of this stuff? So it was kind of interesting to watch that. And I'm so happy that they all did. Well, one of your calls left already. One of your calls left. They went, oh.
No one calls me for a reading here. I don't know if they just don't want to talk to me or what.
They got a couple. You got a couple of callers, and like they're not the regular. Like it doesn't look like that they're the regular chat room people. You know what I mean? And so that's good. And also thank you for plugging my show yesterday and that kind of thing. That was nice. We need to get more listeners over to IntuiTalks, and just so you know, like, look, check this out. Like, this is like Shelby. That's how many people called, and I didn't even get to everybody. You know what I mean?
Right.
So many people. See? That's a hard job I do, talking to all those people. And just getting them to effing answer is half the battle. And so one of them, she's like, finally, and I start counting down. I go, okay, like, caller, blah, 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 like, 3, 2, you know what I mean? Like, we can't bring you on if we can't talk to you. And so anyway, she comes and she's, hello, hello, hello. And I'm like, what were you doing? Out changing the oil in your car or something? Like, and so anyway, like if you're calling to, calling in for a show, like stay, if you're calling someone, stay on the effing phone, people. You know what I mean? And so anyway.
Well, I didn't take a lot of those calls anyways. Quite frankly, I skipped by the frequent callers. You know what I mean? I skipped over them. I'm like, I don't want, Shelby's good to waste time on idiots that are going to ask, that have called in a million times. I don't want to deal with them anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So anyway. So if you didn't catch that show, you can go and catch the archive at Supernatural Radio. Them bastards got rid of all my archive shows. There's only like 9 pages of archive shows of mine at Blog Talk anymore.
You have them all downloaded?
I had a bunch of the very first several years, but I think I've missed a bunch of them. And so it's not the end of the world, but like, that kind of is irritating. They're almost all gone, I went looking for one the other day because who was it? Oh, Amish Comedian was in the chat room, and it was the day that Salva didn't show up. And so Amish was in, and we were like playing hangman and doing, then we got down to like only 3 or 4 people or something, and so I'm like, I should put on the first show that Amish came on. And for some reason I couldn't find it in my own, and it was in the first year, so theoretically I should have that. And I couldn't find it by search in my computer. But I went, okay, I know how. I'll just go to BTR and I'll just play it from there. Oh, think again. I'm like, not only is that gone, like they're almost all gone, like only 9 pages. That's not very much considering that, for 6 years I did almost every day, right?
Right.
That's like 365 days a year times 6, What's 365 times 6? That's a lot of shows, right? And and so that's like over 2,000 shows. And so I know. I did too at first, Joanna, and then I kind of got a little bit tired of it, and so it's not the end of the world. It's kind of my own fault. And so it's like a lot of work already to begin with. Like, and I used to put a lot more work into my shows then that I do now, and so then on air for 3 hours every single night, and then time running around getting people doing bios, blah blah blah, getting pictures. Remember, I used to do a bunch of editing of clips, and I would like be always on the search for funny sound effect crap and like all this kind of stuff, and so like it was like already starting to grind on me, and so the downloading and it just became just as such a chore. Down the road, I finally gave up on all that, but anyway. So let's see, where are we at here? We are at 20 minutes till top of the hour. We should probably start readings in 20 minutes. Now we've lost another caller.
They just can't wait to get a free reading. You know what I mean?
You probably scared them away. They're probably like, oh, I've maybe had 2 readings. Maybe I'm a repeat call. You know, I don't know. But Wanda's still hanging in there, which is good. Don't you dare go nowhere, Wanda. Okay? Help me, Wanda. Help me get it. Okay? All right, Wanda. If that's you, Wanda, 253. I'm pretty sure that's Wanda. I mean, I could go and look it up, but like, I'm not gonna, because I can't be bothered right now. So what do you want? What do you got to talk about? Oh, I was gonna ask you. So, now there's a chance, anyways, Corrine, that when you write and do your writing, and you've written short stories, and you've written a lot of poetry and award-winning stuff and everything, is 253 just down the road? You're kidding me. I thought 253 was. I could have swore that Wanda had a 253. Now you're going to make me go look this up, Dan. Okay. Okay, and... oh, it's not anybody that I have on my database. So it's not Wanda. Now I have to find Wanda. Or maybe it's a 256 or something. In my old age. Let's see if we can find Wanda. Find next. Oh, no, find next. No. Oh, there we go. Oh, 256, not 253. 256. Okay, good. So it's a brand new. Yeah, 70011. I got special because I got this thing with the number 11. And so I got this thing with number 11, and so Jenny gave me that as my show number. It helps to have, your friend be the owner, and you get to have your. I didn't ask for it or not, but she just like intuitively knew that I would just like be so pleased to have my show number be 70011. If it had to be 700 and anything after that, it had to be 11, and so I got. Yeah, Dan, I thought you were gonna call. Come on, Dan. Double dog dare you, Dan. Double dog dare you. Dan's afraid.
Well, so
Dan's very afraid. Dan is afraid. He's very afraid. I'd like Dan to call because there's some creepy stuff going on around Dan. And so it'd be kind of cool for Dan to call. 253, you're going to be the first one up, okay? 253, please don't go nowhere. So now, back to what I was going to talk about. Yes, so I imagine like that with any one of us anyways, that what we say or when we're writing something or something like that there's an amount of it that's possibly being channeled anyway, you know what I mean? But we're not like consciously aware that we're channeling it, right? And so I was wondering, it would be, now that you're more in tune with your, and that it's a little bit different than auto writing, you know what I mean? When I'm talking about like you're off when you're writing a book, like or something. Like, I just think that when you get on a roll, like that, some of this stuff, if not all of it, is just channeled. You know what I mean? I mean, in all fairness, there's people that argue that every thought and everything, every piece of information and knowledge is already out there. It's already said and been said and blah 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 blah. And so that wounded me a little bit, because I'm like, well, what do you mean? Like, when I make up something funny like that, means I'm not being like, I didn't make it. I should be able to get a little bit of credit for coming up with something. No, not. But if I didn't ever get anything, if I didn't ever make, because it was already out there anyway. Long story short, it would be interesting to have you with intention. It would be interesting to have you with intention write a story or a book or a poem or whatever that's purely with intent, that's channeled. Like, try that. Not auto-writing, but channeling.
Well, according to one of my readers, she says that one of my spirit guides is Joel, and he's been waiting to write with me, and I haven't gotten around to it because I'm not lazy by any stretch, but I mean, I don't know why I keep putting off my writing. It's like in some ways I feel like I've said everything I need to say, and there is no original thought. Let's face it. But I mean, you see plenty of memes on Facebook that are goofy things that, that people claim, like, oh, I wrote this, so what? That's like a common thought for people, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. And I get mad at myself because I'm like, I don't want to just put out crap, and I would love to, actually get some, even though nothing is original really, but I mean, something more original than just crappy stuff, you know what I mean? So I've got to, but that'll be interesting. I'm going to try to do that this week. I promise I will,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be interesting. Let's see, what have, the funniest thing happened. Oh, the funniest thing happened, and the best thing. So, I've been getting, every couple days or something, like, this fly, not a fruit fly, but like a fly. And at first I couldn't tell it was exactly like a fly. It didn't, look exactly like a fly, but it was kind of moving a little bit fast. And so, anyway, so I heard whoever just pushed their one button. So anyway, and then I was like, I can't. It always will fly in near this lamp if it's in here, and then fly up in there, and I can't get at it, eh? And so I've never been, and it would start to bug me. It would start to bug me when I would be stuck with a wire to the headphones on the show. And then the other day, it sort of bothered me a couple times in the kitchen. Then the other day, the night before last, it was in the bathroom, and I couldn't quite get at it. And it's a little area, and the thing's like and crazy. And so then I just closed the bathroom door and left it there for overnight, and figured I'd try and deal with it the next day. Right? I have the problem contained. I'm all thinking, how does a fly get into my house when I never open my door anyway, Corrine, really, you know what I mean? But anyways, besides that fact, what, so anyways, so now I lose it out of the bathroom, and so anyway, again, last night, so I'm like, oh, okay, okay, I'm being distracted by X and O's here, and so nobody wins. Okay, anyway, I have to look away for a minute. I have to look away so that I can't be distracted from my story. So, now what did I have? Oh yes, I had a milk carton folded, I squished the milk carton flat, you know what I mean, like this. And so anyways, this fly started to come around again, and it went into the bathroom, and I'm getting you this time. I'm not giving up until I get you. I'm done with this already, you know? And So the thing starts flying in the midair, and I whack it, and I hit it, stun it, right? And I'm all, oh no, it looked like it fell into like I have like a basket that has, stuff in it, right? Like just all kind of bathroom stuff, And I'm all, oh, now I gotta like look around and like, and that's how I'm gonna find it, and the sucker's gonna like fly free again, or he's gonna come to it. And anyway, so I'm looking there, and then I looked, and it like landed into the toilet, and I'm like, flush! That's so easy for me. I'm all like, that's beautiful. I didn't even have to like, because I don't like squishing them on the wall, because then you got like fly guts and everything all over the place to have to clean up and everything. So I'm like, what a beautiful, that's the best fly kill I ever had in my life. Is bing, and like, if I tried to do that, I wouldn't have. And it was like, bing, and straight into the toilet. Flush, bye-bye, bye-bye. And so anyway, dumb story. Why did I tell that story? And so anyway, okay.
I don't. But listen.
Yeah.
Penny's in the chat room, and Penny opened a sweet shop, a candy shop, and you're in Washington, right, Penny? I think she's in Washington. Sort of near Portland, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, Oregon. And it's called Little This, Little That. Portland. Okay, thank you. I guess I got my states messed up. But anyway, so she posts these freaking candies that she makes, besides the candy apples, that it's like, I can't wait to order those friggin' candy apples. You know what I mean? It's like, but everything looks so damn good. And, Penny, you're very thin, right? I think that you are like a thin woman, 115 pounds, but she makes this stuff that's like,
150. On my best day in grade 6, I think I weighed more than 115 pounds, I think that my dead carcass with just skeleton weighs more than 115 pounds. Seriously. Oh my God. That's obscene. That's ridiculous.
I can't wait till she has the online ordering thing, because I definitely want to order. My sister loves candy apples, and she's got all these kinds of candy apples for sale. And I can't wait until she gets her online thing going, because that would be awesome. You know what I mean? Like to be able to get this candy that she's making. Those oh my God, orange and chocolate. Oh my God, I love orange and chocolate. And she posted those the other day. Oh my God, they just look so delicious, And that's got to be a lot of work. But here's the thing that I want. The reason I'm bringing up Penny is because she had this idea, and she wanted to do it, and she was kind of like, hesitant to follow through on it. She said, oh, well, there's this, there's that, this is what's blocking me, that's what's blocking me. But you know what? She did it. She went through with it and did it. And I think it's amazing, because it's like we picture what we want in our future. And I know, Chris, you're going to be like, not that you're going to be a naysayer about this, but it's like we really do have to imagine so clearly what we want before it can come to us, I think. And Penny, I think, did that. You know what I mean? I pushed her, but she, you know what I mean? She got other people pushing her, but I mean, that is just...
Awesome. Good job.
It's an astounding, beautiful story,
Good job. How dare you draw a heart around? How dare you draw a heart on my page, Shelby? How dare you? I mean, you can say, oh, it's not working. What the heck? You can say, like, how come it's not? Oh, I have to click pencil again. Never mind. You can, like, go and do this. Okay? You can do just about anything, but you're going to draw hearts on my page. Okay, I changed a bad word into the word book. Okay.
And I also want to say something about a friend of ours that, me and Chris have known for many years now. Well, at least years. I don't know how many, probably about 6 or so. She lost her daughter, and the daughter was only 18 years old, and it's just a sad situation, but I have been also amazed at how this woman is handling it. And she said that, everything happened as it was meant to. And she saw signs, she, recognized signs about it coming, the daughter's death coming up. The daughter also was very intuitive and sensitive. And the daughter said, the last thing the daughter said was, "I see the ring." And then she died. And I'm thinking, the ring. And I think she meant maybe the ring of light. I'm not sure what she meant exactly. Yeah. But this woman is just such an inspiration in how she is so full of faith and understanding about, and not, of course she's going to have moments of deep grief and sadness, but I just think it's amazing to watch someone lose a child and to be able to say everything happened as it was meant to, because not very many people could do that. I know there's people now that are like half insane because they've lost a child. I mean, sadly, very sadly. But I mean, I'm just overwhelmed by the strength and faith, I guess, of this woman. And I think, I don't know what to say except people at times amaze me, and I just think it's fantastic, and. Yeah. Like I said, there's going to be difficult, dark times, but, to be able to go through something like this and come out the other side and say, I understand why it happened. I see the reasons and causes and purposes for this happening when it did. It's just, we don't get to do that many times in our lifetimes, I don't think. I can do it sometimes, I can see it sometimes. And other times it's like, oh man, what the hell? There's no possible reason for this to happen. But anyway, so I just wanted to say that because we can all take a lesson from that and say, you know what, man, things happen for a purpose and a reason, and we just got to hang in there and and it'll be okay. Even if it's not okay, it's going to be okay,
Yeah, it's a tough thing.
All right, and I ran from it.
All right. So we'll do a quick song, and then we'll get to some of these calls. I think Dan is called in now, so we'll get to whoever 253 is, and and then we'll get to Dan the man. And then we'll see if anybody else. I see Amy's listening in now too, and so that's good. Hi, Amy. How are you? Looks like that's it so far. So let's go do a song, and let me just see here. Let's just spin the wheel. We'll just spin the wheel and see what comes up. How about a corny song? How about a corny old song? Want to have a corny old song? Let's do a corny old song.
Play something dramatic.
Those days of soda and pretzels and beer. Just off the sun and moon and sing a song of cheer. Just fill your basket full of sandwiches and weenies. Then lock the house up. Now you're set. And on the beach you'll see the girls in their bikinis, as cute as ever, but they never get 'em wet. Roll out those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer, those days of soda and pretzels and beer. Roll out those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer. You'll wish that summer could always be here. Roll out those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer, those days of soda and pretzels and beer. Roll out those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer. Duck off the smiling moon and sing a song of cheer. Don't have to tell a girl and fella about a drive-in or some romantic movie scene. Why, from the moment that those lovers start arriving, you'll see more kissing in the cars and on the screen. Roll out those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer, those days of soda and pretzels and beer. Roll out those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer. You wish that summer could always be here. You wish that summer could always be here. You wish that summer could always be here.
Are you looking for a place to meet like-minded people? Are you a metaphysical practitioner, psychic, medium, or healer, or all of the above? We've got a place for you. IntuiTalks.com. Join for free, listen to spiritual radio shows, get a free website, watch and participate in classes, and so much more. Join the old spirituals, all on the One Roof Network, www.IntuiTalks.com.
Visit purpleplates.com today. For over 40 years, the Purple Energy Plates have been delivering amazing results for their many customers. Inspired by the great genius Nikola Tesla, the harmony, healing, and energetic effects of the plates have proven over and over to be beneficial and often miraculous to thousands of customers. With their money-back guarantee and the many benefits, how can you afford not to get one? Check their site for daily specials and choose from their many energy products. You won't be sorry. Visit them today at purpleplates.com for mind, body, and spirit. And expect a miracle.
All right, there we go. I wish, like, for one thing, if I could have, like, that woman has got one of the very best radio voices ever, like that, then I could get hired on as voiceovers and do that kind of stuff. That would be easy peasy work, you know? And, like, what a ripoff that I got this terrible, awful, freaking voice. And so, okay, Corrine, you're back?
Yes, you can probably hire her. I'm friends with her on Facebook. She's awesome.
Well, no, I don't have any need. I
it
just
was
want her job.
costing me to be on that. Okay. Yeah. You know, when I was on Contact Talk Radio, it was $400 a month.
Jesus.
And she was part of Contact Talk Radio. I don't think. Yeah. Is that ridiculous or what? So the only thing I got out of that experience was that damn commercial. You know what I mean?
Well, that's actually good though. It's it's awesome. It's so awesome. I love her voice and wish I could have that. Mind you, you know, I don't know what kind of enhancements that they put and all of that kind of thing. But no, I don't have. Thank you, Penny, for that. But I don't have a hireable voice. I do not have a hireable voice. And I understand my limitations, you know, like, I mean, I realize that we all always say, oh, I hate listening to myself, but I don't have, like, that deep bass, you know what I mean, wonderful voice. Plus, I'd have to find a way to not cough every 3 seconds. if I was going to do voiceover work. And so anyway, Kay, are you ready to take these calls? Let's go, yeah? Yes, Chris, I'm ready.
Sure, yes.
Okay. All right, let's go find out who's 253. Hello, 253. You're live on the air with Corrine De Winter.
Hi.
Hi, who's that?
Tamara.
Tamara?
Yes.
How are you? Thank you for calling.
Okay, how are you?
I couldn't be better, thank you.
So I'm selling
Hi, Tamara.
Hi, Corrine. How are you?
I'm okay.
So I'm selling my home right now. It's on the market, and I've totally remodeled it for the past year. I've talked to you before about this. There's no carpet in the home now except for new carpet in the bonus room upstairs. All the floors have been replaced with laminate or oak. Cabinets redone, and 4 times in a row when people open my front door. I mean, I had a showing today, and literally, because I have a camera, I watched them open the front door, and I don't even think they came in. And they left because they said it smelled like smoke. We don't smoke. There's no smoking in the house. There never smoked in the house, but everything's been replaced, and all the rooms have been repainted. Even got that comment when a room was repainted upstairs at 10 o'clock at night, and the carpet put in at 11, right before a showing. So you're going to smell, the paint dissipated, but you could smell the carpet. Everything smells fresh. I don't get why I keep getting the comments when they come through the front door that it smells like smoke. So I'm wondering, I have a lot of issues with certain entities in the house, and wondering if they could create that.
Sure.
Sort of
I was just going to say, I think the house is going to pick the occupant, not the other way around.
Well,
and
I saged and I asked them that way before I put it on the market. Help me pick the next buyers. Please help me pick the best family for here. So why they seem to be blocking me in every sense of the way. Every person that has come in here to help me get the carpet replaced timely because of showings and open houses are getting injured. They're winding up in ER. It's bizarre.
Okay, so it's time to use the mummy voice. So 2 things come to my mind. The first thing is, let's be careful with how we word our wishes. You know what I mean? So help me find the family. So now we're like the family. We're saying like there's only one family out there that's, you know what I mean? And so maybe you need to revisit that because like that family hasn't shown up yet for a viewing. And secondly, then let's assume that the house doesn't want anybody. You know what I mean? It's time to put on the mummy voice and forget about the sage and all of that stuff and just stand in the middle of the room and tell them to GTFO. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And anybody and anything that's in this house that is not for the highest good and for my highest good, and you are not welcome.
I did that. And now, because of all the smoke smells, I'm afraid to sage again in the house because then they'll complain about that complacent smell.
Yeah. I wouldn't sage anything.
And I told them, release me. I mean, find the next one. I mean, this is going to be a good thing for you because I no longer have a family here. It's just me, and you want a family. This is a house for a family, and they just won't release me.
Okay, so so I'll do it for you. Right, Corrine? Everybody in the room, focus all of your energy at Tamara's house. And banish anything that's bad energy in that house from blocking and preventing and also that might be contributing to people being injured in that property. And again, I'm just going to say, any energies or entities that are residing in Tamara's house that are blocking the sale of that home and or contributing to the injury of people, you are not welcome. Leave now and never return. The end. Done.
Also, Tamara, did you bury a statue of St. Joseph upside down in the yard?
No.
You got to do that. Do that immediately. You can get one for like $4 at a store, or you can get it online. That has worked from time immemorial. I consider,
crazy
when you first said this, I saw an old woman. Like, is it your ex-husband's mother, or who? Was there an old woman in the house at one time?
Not that I know of. Not when I've been here, no. And the previous owners only lived here 5 years, so I've been here 19 years.
And that whole 19 years you've had problems?
Probably about 12 of them, at least, if not 15, yes.
Okay, interesting.
But I had problems in my previous house, but I think they were, you know how some you just live with them? They grow on you, and they do things to bug you, and they play games, but they're tolerable. These ones are not tolerable. They're playing games like, you know, my house was all aired out. I have gardenia smells going on and a potpourri thing. And for them to open the door and say they smell smoke, there's no way. I mean, I have never smoked in my house. Nobody has ever smoked in my house. Plus, everything has been replaced and painted. Even the kitchen cupboards have been re-verithaned. So where the smoke smell is coming from is bizarre to me, and seems like maybe after I leave about 15 minutes before they come. Like something's going on to where today they opened the door and just smelled it. And I'm like, that's bizarre, because yesterday, for the whole day, all my windows were open. I was out power washing the house, so the whole house aired out all day from like 8 o'clock to like midnight. So, and with all the painting and the new floors and the new carpet in the bonus room, and the one lady, the bonus room got painted at 10 o'clock at night or 11 by the time they finished. New carpet went in. The next morning, the lady said it smelled like smoke in there. It can't smell like smoke. I mean, that bonus room is like 800 square feet. I mean, we're talking a huge room, a brand new carpet, and it's a plush carpet. It just smells like amazing carpet. I love carpet smell when it's fresh. And they're complaining it smells like smoke? I mean, where is this coming from? I don't get it. My real estate agent...
Right. Joanna in the chat room says, is your house on burial ground?
Yes, Indian.
Okay. She's saying burned bodies.
Burn what?
Burned bodies. I don't know why. Oh, okay. So did they bury their dead there, I wonder, maybe?
No. I live on a hill. And in the valley was, I guess, back in the 1800s, fighting grounds for Indians. So they vacated up here to get away from that. But it's not burial ground at all. But I have had issues with Indians, and especially 4th of July. But again, you learn how to work with the spirits that are around you that don't affect you. But now it seems like they're affecting me and blocking me for some reason. I don't get why. I'm divorced. The kids have moved on. There's nobody here but me. So why don't you let me go and let a family move in that you can move in with like you did us, right? That's what I don't get.
So maybe it's not where you live. Maybe it's you, Tamara. maybe, and I don't mean to be snarky when I say that, but I mean, is it somehow, could it be you drawing these energies to you wherever you go? Could it be that?
Well, here's the thing is that, no, the energies were in my older daughter that I've seen them since she was like 3 and visits them often. And I had somebody else tell me, oh, man, your daughter has this entity that's at the end of her bed and in her closet, blah, blah. And she told me that before, too. So she sees them and she has that feeling. So when the energy was here, there was like certain energies that gravitated towards her. My younger one, not so much. And then my ex-husband, too. They absolutely gravitated towards him and his negativity, because some of those gravitate towards negativity. And I have been told also that, and I hear it when I'm upstairs, that there might be a portal by my back door. And I've heard people arguing, but I can't really hear what they're saying. But there's nobody here but me sometimes. But I hear that. I haven't heard it for a while. So I think with some of the clearing I've done, I've gotten some of that energy out. And then I thought with my daughter and her dad moving, that would kind of move on with them. And it did. It really lightened up around here. But now it's just this, defiancy of hurting people that are trying to help me get the house ready, in some senses. And then the smoke smell. I mean, there's no reason this house smells like smoke. We never smoked in this house, ever. And with everything being repainted and new furniture, where's it coming from? Can they do that?
Right. Yeah, they can do that. So let me ask you this, Tamara. What do you do to keep light around yourself, so to speak?
What do you mean?
Do you pray? Do you do meditations? Do you do anything like that for yourself?
I pray often. Like, why is this happening? Why is everybody getting hurt that comes in here? I mean, talk to me. Tell me why. I've always been a hard worker. I've paid my way. I'm not, so I don't understand why, when I'm trying to move on after a difficult situation for the last 5 years, can't you let me go? I mean, what is going on? I can't find a job, which is fine, because if I get out of here, that'll, be fruition. But it's like they're just making it difficult for everything we do. I mean, I had painters come in and paint my bedroom.
Penny mentioned.
Painters came in and painted the bonus room.
Sorry, go ahead.
They had to paint it 4 times because every time they painted it, it striped. And they're like, we've never seen anything like this. The next day, it was like, you see like the regular eggshell color, and then you'd see stripes flowing of white. And I'm like, what is this? Oh, we'll redo it. So they come in the next day, they redo it. Turns out the same way. Guy's like, I've never seen anything like this. So they went to a step up in paint for free and redid it again, and it came out nice. But again, there's kind of like a thing of, why did that happen? This was a straight paint job for a company, and it winds up being all messed up.
Okay, so do you think, Tamara, that they're looking for help from you? Now, Penny mentioned in the chat room that Renee has cleared your house before.
Yes.
Do you think that they want help from you about perhaps moving on or something?
Well, I am trying to move on. They're blocking me.
That's not you. Not you, them. Them moving on.
cross them over. Forget about
Right,
clearing them, send them to the light.
But they don't communicate with me that way? Because that I would get. If I knew I had a portal, I knew they needed help, I would try and seek that out. But this is more just like blocking me from moving on, like getting out of here. Like I said.
I know. It's blocking you because they want you to be there with your experiences. You are the perfect person to be able to cross them over in some manner. Do you understand?
I've never helped anybody cross over.
You don't limit yourself. Like what I'm trying to say is like people make this stuff so complicated. You know what I mean? And it doesn't have to be complicated. In my opinion, all of this stuff is about intent. And so if you, you know, and you might laugh at what I did earlier, but we have a listener here called Diane. And she came on one night and told the story about how she has this spirit hanging around and it's scaring her dog, and so much so that the dog no longer will sleep on the couch, won't go anywhere near the couch, and that used to be the dog's favorite spot. So I did my little get the fuck out of there and stop bugging the dog and leave the poor dog alone. And the next day she sends me a picture of the dog sleeping on the couch.
Right. You know what I mean? Because I really need
I think that you see, what I keep hearing from you, like when I'm not like and whatever, like sometimes people get frustrated with me because I try to think this is so simple. But I keep hearing you, and you've essentially accepted that they're blocking you, that they're not letting you, that so you're giving them the power. You see what I mean?
But I'm not. That's the thing, is I'm pushing on. I'm not letting them block me. I am not getting down from this. But when
just by the words, what I'm saying is that by the words you're using, you have given them the power. Why are they blocking me? They're doing this, and why can't they? Won't let me go. They won't release me. Like you by saying it in those ways, in my opinion, the power is already granted to them. You know what I mean? And now you're trying to extract from it. Yes. And Corrine has a great idea there also, which is to say, let's even just like get to it and try and just send them to the light. And when I'm trying to do that, then I don't put on the stern voice and I just go, look at. I don't know who you are. I don't know what your circumstances are. I don't know what has led you to remain here. You haven't bothered me in any way, and I do care what happens to you when I'm gone, but I am leaving. And you need to know that there's people and family members and others that have been waiting for you for a long time at the light. And they keep waiting, and they will continue to wait because they want you there with them. Please do not be afraid to go to the light and go to the people that love you. There's nothing here for you anymore. And, you know, in that way, try and encourage. And then you can pray, and we're doing whatever way that you do, your higher good, your angels, your higher self, your guides, God, the Creator, whoever it is, and ask for their assistance in showing the way to the spirit or spirits that remain in the house that seem to be so at unrest. You know what I mean? And and they need to know that there are people that are waiting and have been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for them. And there's so much love waiting for them, and all they have to do is be willing to go.
See, and I tell you that they're doing this, and this, but I don't let them know that, because I don't want them to know that they're getting to me in any sense. But in my mind, I'm thinking, why does everybody come in here keep getting hurt? But then, you know, like you said, you have to keep the pray, and then there's a relationship issue too. Do you feel that, Shelby, at all?
I'm not
Shelby's
Shelby.
not here yet.
Oh, Corrine?
Yeah. Well, I think you're unhappy in your relationship. I think that this person that you're involved with is a little bit confused. I see a beehive. I don't know what's going on exactly, but it's like an unhappy situation.
Yeah, beehives today all over, we found, and it's the time of year, but do you feel a sense of moving on with that person or letting go?
I think you just have to be patient, and I know you're being patient in many aspects now, but I think that he's worth being patient for. I'll put it that way, you know?
He's worth?
He's worth being patient for.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think. Is the guy's name begin with a J?
G.
C?
G.
T. It's not Tommy, is it?
No. G is in God.
Harry. God. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, thank you. G as in God.
For God's sake, woman, it's G as in God.
So do you see any time frame for me selling at all?
Yeah, this is what you need to do, Tamara. I mean, it's not so difficult to speak to these spirits yourself and say, I would like for you to go, just like Chris just said, I would like for you to go to the light. Think about them. Think about you hanging out in a place and being being miserable in a place or stuck in a place. What would you want people to say to you for you to move on? You know what I mean? Like, we have a bunch of comments in chat right now, and they're saying basically the same thing, like, you had Renee clear your house. If you want, have Renee help these spirits move on, but also, I know this is a WAP thing, and I'm an Italian, so I can say WAP, but I mean, bury the statue of St. Joseph upside down in your yard. It works like a charm.
Gonna. I'll try anything. I'll try anything. I can't believe. I mean, I spent like 14 hours yesterday power washing, getting this house ready to show, for the people to open the door and walk out and say it smelled like smoke. Are you kidding me? There's no way. I mean, everything's like beautifully clean, and I just don't get it. And we don't smoke. We never smoked in this house, ever.
Let me ask you a question. So you have a relationship going on right now?
Yes.
And and this guy has keys to your house?
Yeah.
But he's not a smoker, right?
No. Well, he's a smoker, but not in the house.
Isn't that interesting? And so, where is he during all of this?
During all of what?
Well, when you leave the house 15 minutes before a showing, where's he?
Oh, he's with me.
Oh, he's with you, hey?
Yeah.
And he never hangs back for a minute or anything like that?
No. And never,
you guys leave together?
My house knows better. It's outside. None of us. Nobody, friends, nobody. Never. Yeah. Even all my family, whoever comes over, barbecue, whatever, nobody smokes in the house. And we have repainted and refloored everything.
I get it. And then the other thing is, so for a non-smoker, are you a smoker or a non-smoker?
Sure.
You are what? You are a smoker?
Yeah. Not in my house, not in my car.
No, you said that 100 times. We get the idea that you don't smoke in your house, okay?
I'm driving the smell of it.
Stop.
It's so funny. I'm a smoker. Don't like it.
Stop. What I'm trying to get at is, and I've noticed this when I stopped smoking, okay? I've noticed that even the smell of somebody who's smoking inside is different than somebody who's smoking outside. It almost seems stronger on the person. And so what I'm suggesting is that the clothing, maybe remove some of the clothing, like is there coats at the entrance in the closet hang or anything like. It could very well be that non-smokers are picking up the smell of smoke on the clothing.
No, everything's packed up, moved out. We're basically empty.
So it's an empty house. Yeah, okay. I'm all out of ideas then, but, you know.
That's why
I say this, Tamara. First, you get the statue of St. Joseph. Then, if that fails after a week, then you contact Renee and help her cross these spirits over. And if you do those two things, I bet it's going to work out. I mean, that's the best advice I can think of, you know?
Okay. Because we used to have a goofy guy, and she got rid of him, and there was a little girl that thought she knew my daughter and hung out, which we let her stay because she wasn't hurting anything. So, but these ones, I just don't get. They're not messing with me in any other way, but that smoke smell. I mean, I just don't get it. And nobody around me gets it. When they come in here, they're like, your house is like fresh. Everything's clean. I got one.
So is there a realtor with them when they go look at the house?
Yes, but not mine.
And okay, not yours, eh?
Yeah.
I'd be interested in if the realtor also smells the smoke or what.
Well, the one said, which was funny because it was right after the bad review, and we hadn't even, because we have dogs, and the carpet was a bit bad, even though we cleaned it, and we removed that. But before that, the one realtor came in and said, yeah, it smelled fresh, house was clean. It just wasn't the right layout for what they were looking for. Well, then everyone after that and before that is the smoke smell. And today we removed the carpet in the family room yesterday, 2 days ago actually, and put in new. And they still complained about smoke smell. And she goes, well, it can get into your walls. And I'm like, we painted everything. Even the kitchen cupboards have been sanded and varnished. I mean, there's no smoke smell. We never smoked in the house. How would it get in there? So I'm thinking.
How long has the house been on the market for, Tamara?
It's too long. Almost 30 days now.
Oh, my God. It's only been a month?
Yeah, but that's not good in this area because I competed with 5 new houses, brand new houses going on the market one day, 3 the next day. They all have open house signs. I mean, I just don't think my realtor's really pushing it, and she keeps wanting me to drop the price, which I'm not going to because I'm competing great in the market for what I have in property. So push come to shove, I'll just let her write her 30 days, drop it for a minute, and come back on. But the market's dropping, so I need to get in there. Should have got in there in March, April, but just wasn't done remodeling. So now
what is 139? What are you asking for the house?
We started at $650. But the market around here, all the new ones are the same price. So do you want new and no property or remodeled and 2 acres? So it's a choice.
Okay.
And plus, we're more of a family house because it's 2,800 square feet.
Okay, so you're asking $650. Is that what you said?
Now we're at $625.
Okay. You know what? I would do what I suggested to do, and I mean, it's not easy for people to buy a huge, expensive house like that, first of all. And I know what you're saying, like, you're like, oh, I know everyone's buying houses around here, but, I mean, they're going to be particular around, with that price tag on it, you know what I mean? So I think
that price tag around here and above. We got $1 million homes around this area right now. So I hit the market probably 2 months too late to where I focused on the inside of my house and not the yard, to where when you go see a new house and they've got, bark and cute bushes and all that, which I'm working on right now, but I hit the market a month or two too late.
But if you truly believe that it is spirits causing the smoke smell, which they can do indeed, then I would maybe, like I said, talk to Renee, buy the statue, talk to Renee about crossing the spirits over. And I know she told you various things about different spirits that are there. But there's a reason they want, yeah. But there's a reason that whoever's left there wants you to stay there, because they see you as wanting, to help them, that you can help them. You know the resources to help them to cross over. That's what I think, anyways.
And I feel them, which most people wouldn't feel it, right? They ignore it. But I feel like something is blocking me from getting. Why does everybody get hurt? They wind up in ER. They wind up with sliced feet. I mean, are you kidding me right now? And then just the smoke smell. So I'm like, why are you blocking me? Everything I do. So I just feel like, I don't know, like you said, maybe they think they're blocking me because I can help them. Well, what if I don't want to?
Why would you not want to?
Well, I would want to if they could communicate with me better than just blocking and hurting people. I mean, before it was different with my daughter and my husband. They'd see things, people, lights, and I'd see them and say, yeah, I see that, and we deal with it. This is different. This is nothing I see. It's just it's just like blocking the night. People getting hurt. The smoke smell. I was gone yesterday all day and today. There was no smoke smell anywhere coming in my house. Even people burning, which was an issue one day when I had all the windows open. But it's just...
Yeah, but I'm saying, communicate with you, unless you're Renee Richards or someone like that, they can't exactly talk to you on the phone. You know that, Tamara. This is why you need to talk to someone
they communicate in different
about
ways.
Kind of... All right, so go directly to the source of who can communicate with them, is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying to you,
Okay. Which would be Renee.
I would say, yes. That is worth it for your peace of mind and to actually move on. And why wouldn't you want to help them move on? That's the thing. I don't understand it.
No, I want to, but I have a lot of personal stuff going on. I mean, we just talked a little bit about the relationship. I just need to sell. I need to move, figure out, and I think that's what they're blocking too, besides the divorce, was me figuring out where I'm moving to, what's going on. I don't know. The smoke smell is killing me, though.
Yeah. I hear you.
When somebody opens your door, when you have a beautiful home that you have spent so much time on, and they open your door and they walk away because it smells like smoke, I mean, that killed me today. I was just like, are you kidding me right now? There's no reason for that. I don't get it.
Well,
quit smoking. Quit smoking. I think the spirits are telling you to quit smoking.
But
I am. That's the other thing. I am. But
what if the reason was simply to help them, though? What if that was the reason?
I think you guys are all making it way too complicated. But that's
I know.
just my
I would help them. I don't know how. That's the thing, is what do they want? Why are they, if they want help, give me indications of what you want for help, which I've dealt with that many times too, and followed the trail of certain things. But this, why? It's like they don't want me to leave, and why I don't know.
Well,
like they want help.
I mean, I often wonder sometimes if, and you won't be a fan of mine for saying this, but I often wonder sometimes if there's something going on in our subconscious or something like this that, you know what I mean, that there's still some part of you that doesn't want to go, and that might not be a favorite thing to hear right now, but to me, you have the power, and you should be able to, handle this situation. Another thing that you can do is also, one thing is, I always think, Renee is very competent. Let me just say that. I'm, a huge fan of Renee. But so we banish spirits, or we send them away, or what? Do we remember to say never come back? You know what I mean? And that kind of a thing. But the other thing you could try to do as well is to post, mentally, with intent, emotionally, whatever, spiritually, ask Archangel Michael to come into the four corners of the property, and then even if you want the four corners of the home itself, and provide protection at those spots, and therefore creating a perimeter of protection, and that's after that I'm all out of ideas, but
well, and I agree with you that I may not want to leave, and I did procrastinate, and Penny will contest to that, but I have let go. I've got to get out of here. It's way too much of a house for me and another family. I mean, we had lots of good times in this big house, but now it's time for another family to move in and enjoy it, and that's what I told the spirits. You need a new family.
Did you say, okay, good, but did you say the family or a new family? You know what I mean? And so just revisit that.
Pick the family. That's what I said. I said, you pick the family. When they come and visit, meaning show the house.
Okay, let's change that then. And let's say, house, the proper family will be coming here within the next 2 weeks, and they will choose to take this house. And I know that you will welcome them with open arms. Thank you.
That's a good one, yeah. That's a good one.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you can get that St. Joseph thing, that's a good idea too.
Yep.
And
I'll do that tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Well, we got another guy to get to here yet.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Good luck.
Corrine, have a good night.
Know.
Thank you so much.
Let Corrine know what they are, or let Penny, or get word back to us how this all goes down. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
Good luck. All right. Good. Okay. So let's go get Dan, okay, Corrine?
Sure.
Hey, Dan.
Yes?
Hello. There's another awesome radio voice. I love that voice. Yes.
He's got a good voice.
He does. So are you going to tell Corrine all that? And if you want, I'll put up some of those pictures.
No, that's all right.
Okay. Okay.
No,
not those kind of pictures, you guys. Really.
Oh, my camera lens is dirty.
Oh, my God. What have you been doing to your camera lens?
I've been putting a piece of tape over it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't blame you. So, what's going on with Dan the man?
Oh, got today off. And relaxing. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Strange stuff going on at work, but I don't know. Really? Is it my what? My what?
Is that your to kill ya? To kill ya.
That way.
It's
it is.
The
I don't
evil
always
poison.
drink, but when I do.
Okay. enough of that. Yeah, tell her about that.
Tequila?
What's that?
I said Dan's drinking tequila?
Oh, yeah.
I said Dan's drinking tequila?
Yes!
Wow.
His panties are going to come off any time.
I'm not wearing any.
I wanted you to tell Corrine about that, but what if you had some other purpose for calling, then that's fine.
No, I was just going to see if she got anything, but then I could tell her about it if she doesn't get anything, if she...
Okay, so let her first say, and then tell her. Let her first give whatever she's getting, and then tell her that.
Yeah. Now that you told me something weird happened, I mean, obviously I'm getting all these visions in my mind about what the hell could have happened. Yeah, I don't know. Wait a minute, hold on. Somebody, all right, did this happen with somebody with a C name? That whatever happened with a C name?
Possibly.
And you considered it an omen of something? An omen of sorts.
Yeah, that's.
Or not that you think of omens very often, but I think that you thought it was some sort of message for you. I see a woman. I don't know. Tell me what happened.
So, work's been really weird lately. Get a little more recognition, new structure, got a new truck, better truck. Still doesn't have AC though. Truck's had a lot of different people in it, and a really creepy guy. Started getting hip pain, and the two trucks next to me started getting hip pain. Then we'll go to right next to me, right and left. They started getting hip pain. Then to the right of that truck, the dude had a heart attack. Then to the left of the two trucks to the left, the guy injured his arm, and it just seems to be spreading from my truck down the row. So I went in, staged the truck, got going down the road, the mirror falls off, like a mile from the yard. Then probably another 15 miles later, the CV speaker, the external speaker, falls off the mount and whacks me in the arm. I think I may have just pissed something off. I don't know. It's really weird. But the next day, somebody saw me smudging it. The next day I come in and there's a 7 drawn on the ground in chalk right by my driver's door.
But wasn't it in more than one spot?
Yeah, but I didn't see it until I walked around, lifted the hood. There's a 7 in front. I walk around, doing my pre-trip. There's a 7 by the passenger side door.
It's like a 7. It's like this with a circle.
No, there's not a circle there.
I can't remember. I'll go look again. Hang on. I'll see if I can duplicate it. I'll go look again. Carry on.
Or I can, yeah. So apparently somebody saw me. That's upside down because I took a picture from that side.
Sort of like that. And then
that's just glare.
That's one of them. And then one of them is almost just like a. And then one of them is just like a straight up L, except you know what I mean. Oops, let me.
Yeah, I believe that one was drawn upside down.
Like one was just like just exactly 90 degrees. One was kind of more like that, and then one was kind of like with a curved.
think that one was drawn upside
Where
down.
was your truck parked?
What was that?
Where was your truck parked when this happened?
Parked where all the trucks park, and there's parked,
yard.
and they park in a row.
In the yard where our office is and all
Okay.
that good stuff.
And then Dan, like the other markings
So
there,
was-
like it's not. Hang on 2 seconds. The other markings there that's not in red, but like more of a white or green, like that are like almost looks like flowers or something. Is that also chalk markings that are not supposed to be there?
Yeah, that was oh shit. Remember Kimber's reading?
Yeah.
The painting bitch face?
Yes.
He did that. The flowers.
Okay.
Right about
Okay.
liking me, but she is on a rampage. Yeah, I'm really glad she likes me. I don't want to be on the other side.
So anyway, what's the deal with the chalk marks, Corrine? Who put the chalk marks and why?
Well, my first thought was that it was somebody marking out a place where they were going to do some work at. But that's not the case, Dan?
Not at all. They don't. If they have chalk, usually the yellow chalk they use for cutting metal and stuff. Yeah, it's.
Want me to post one of those pictures?
Yeah.
No? It's up to you, Dan.
Go ahead. I don't care. Just don't
Okay.
get the flowers.
Well, that's the one I want to put. Who drew those?
Oh, fine. Go ahead.
Who drew those?
Struck to the left. That was rainy for a few weeks.
Like, I'm not clear on the flowers. Like, what is that?
That was
somebody?
There, that was there a few days before that. The 7th.
Okay, but that mysteriously showed up also.
I know who did it and talked to her about it, but the 7s, I'm not clear on.
You sure she didn't do the 7s and now she's yanking your chain? And does her name start with a C?
No.
No. Okay. All right. So go ahead. Keep going, Corrine.
Okay. Well, 7, is a very good number. It's not anything bad, first of all. 777 is, and there was only 2 7s. I mean, I think if anyone was trying to cast some bad juju on you, it would not be a 7. I'm not sure what 2 7s mean. I know 3 7s are the number of Christ. Which, in fact, before you got on this call, I was thinking there was something going on with someone you work with, that there was something bad going on with someone you work with, and I was going to say the person was taking drugs, but I don't know that that's the case. But but now you think because 2 people had weird experiences surrounding your truck that the truck is perhaps cursed? Is that what you're thinking? Is that what you're thinking?
There's just some bad energy there. Because, okay, I got to tell you, the guy that drove the truck last year was new. He shouldn't have been driving it. He should have started in one of the pieces of junk, moved his way up. That guy just gives me the creeps. Actually, a lot of the guys call him meth mouth because his teeth are just black, and he's just creepy. Yeah, he drove the. Yeah. Yeah, those were there probably 2 or 3 days.
He drove the truck that you're driving.
Yeah, that I'm driving.
But it was like he drives the. Okay.
Drove that last year for a long time, and then 2 other people drove it this year before I got into it. One of them blew up the engine, and it's got a new engine in it now and all that good stuff. Lots of power. That part.
Okay, so what happened yesterday at work? Did anything weird happen yesterday?
I had to leave early. My wife were having symptoms like a heart attack. Oh,
Jesus.
she was, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so it looks like Monday or Tuesday she'll be getting a stent put in.
So there's one. Okay, there's one.
That's in front of the truck. Actually, under the
that's
front
in
of the
front.
truck.
Okay. The second one is there. And then the third one.
Side.
Okay, and the third one is there.
Okay, so there is 3. Okay. All right.
Somebody saw me smudging
I
it.
don't,
and they
you know,
tried to do their
I
own
see
thing.
this as. Mhm.
Is that what I'm getting? It's not something.
What they like?
Broke up there.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. If there's 777 around your car, it's protection. It's not anything bad. And the bad things happening to the people around the truck, I don't know. And then your wife having this thing, I don't know, except that what I would think if that happened to me was that, I'm surrounded by Christ. You know what I mean? That's what I would think. I mean, immediately.
But
I
don't
would
leave
think
the
that.
parking spot.
What's that?
Don't leave the parking spot's what you're telling me, right?
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that, I mean, it's really up to you, and I don't know how much faith you have, and I'm not talking about faith in God or Jesus. I'm talking about how much faith you have, Dan, because I don't think you have very much. Forgive me. But I don't think you do, and perhaps this is a signal for you. You know what I mean? To just have more, like, to put that protection around yourself and your loved ones and stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, that's I don't know. Do you have any faith, Dan?
I don't. You know, the town I live in is run by a church that's more of an organized crime. And if there was a God, be sure he would have taken care of the problem. I mean, from child rape to drug sales, it's just a fucking shithole. Oh, sorry. But no.
Right.
No, I actually, anything town has showed me is that there is no God, because if somebody was using my name to commit that kind of atrocities, I'd take care of them. I mean, done. But
right.
No, I don't care about
but
it.
I'm
I don't care too much for it.
I'm not talking. I know. I'm not talking about believing in God or Jesus. I'm talking about faith that the universe itself is geared toward healing and good things. Because it is, man. It is. We take ourselves out of that. You know what I mean? But I'm saying, do you have faith in anything? Did you have faith, for instance, when your wife was going through the cancer thing? Did you have faith that she was going to survive?
I knew she was going to survive.
Okay.
And but I knew she was going to make it.
Right. So, how about if you started to believe that these 777s are around you, not just the truck, but, around you, and you carry this, feeling of protection and, kind of faith and, well-being toward the future. I mean, I know it sounds weird, like you freaking, this truck that you start driving in that some freaking meth head had before you, but just smudged the truck, and it's of you now. It's not of the previous drivers. So I don't know. I mean, it's definitely a weird story. You know what I mean? I gotta say, it's weird. But the 777, I know truly that's Christ.
Or I should have bought 3 bottles of Seagram 7 instead of tequila. Yeah, I don't know. It just kind of tripped me out. Like the day after I smudge it, I come in and there's this on the ground in the morning, and I was like, saw the one, and then walked around, saw the other, and had me scratching my head. And yeah, it is weird watching people. It's like an order from my truck on both sides. Really odd. Maybe it's a coincidence.
Right. Yeah.
Odd though.
So you never saw that? Did you ever see that color chalk in where you work at all?
No. No.
No.
That white stuff over there I've seen before, but that color, no. I mean, we don't use it on the jobs. Some people use that white chalk to, like, if they disconnect the trailer, they will mark where the rear tires were, so it's easier to hook up. They'll back up to their trailer right in the spot they left. But it's white. It's not not the ink or whatever you want to call it.
I mean the pink chalk too, right?
Yeah, for the marking of the tires, just the white. Shop has yellow for metal work or whatever, but usually, so you just see white.
Well, it sounds like something I would do. It sounds like something I would do is like surround a car with 777. But I haven't been in Oregon recently. So, but I mean, I think it's harmless. Not harm, but more than that, I think it's like it's very cool that someone did that. I love that. I think that is so freaking cool that somebody would do that, But
very Catholic company I work
I don't know.
I'm wondering if somebody saw me on the cameras and didn't like the native stuff, or somebody else noticed that the injuries and ailments seem to be in a row back from my truck. It's just kind of weird.
I mean, I think it's kind of strange that all of a sudden after he smudged his truck, the side view mirror falls off, the speaker thing or whatever hits him in the arm. Strange things.
Well, that's not so unusual. The truck's a piece of shit. And
You're a piece of shit than the last piece of shit I was in, so it's a more solid piece of shit. It's not going to break up.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that. And maybe, so this happened, the 777, the people getting hurt after that happened after the 777 was written or before that?
Everybody was injured or hurting before that. So I don't know if it was somebody next to me or somebody that caught on to something's up. Seems to be working its way to the right and the left from my truck.
Okay, so you see what Diane just put in the chat room. Can you see that? Angel number 777.
Big positive. Oh, come on. Screensaver kicked on.
I love to see 777 when I'm at the casino.
Yeah. Present and aware. I work with tequila.
So is there a Diane?
Yes, you are, Amy.
Okay. Thank you.
Is there a Diane in your life? Dan, is there a Diane in your life?
Diana. Work with. The driver.
You work with her?
Yeah, it's traffic control. Not a driver, but she's traffic control. Actually got a video of somebody trying to run her over.
Oh shit. Is she like is she middle aged? Like kind of cool?
Oh yeah. Actually worked with her father at a different company about 15 years ago, so.
Yeah. She has some ideas that you might find interesting if you actually talk to her. Like, try to talk to her on a personal level. I think she's got some ideas. But I see her kind of. I don't know. It's interesting the people that we're surrounded with and how they give us messages without even realize they're giving us messages. But I see something in this Diana, that is useful to you somehow. Try to talk to her, Dan, would you?
I really do.
Like maybe invite her over for dinner or something,
Oh, I think she's got a jealous husband or boyfriend. I think she has a jealous husband or boyfriend. I don't think that'd be a good idea.
Invite him to? Oh, all right. Well, invite him too if you have to. I mean, there's just something there that she can relay to you that is important somehow in your being. I'm not sure what the hell it is. What's with these freaking jealous husbands? What the fuck? Sorry, Chris. Anyway, okay. Chris is like, whatever, man, whatever. Okay, other than that, Dan, what I have to say to you is, when's the last time you went to the doctor? Not that I'm trying to give you bad news or anything. When's the last time you went to the doctor?
Oh, year or two.
Do you have high blood pressure?
Little.
I think she thinks you're delusional, maybe. Maybe she thinks you need a psychiatric checkup or something.
No, the voices tell me I'm
No
fine.
way.
Good answer.
No, I asked them. They said I was okay.
Amy, did you have something to add? Hang on a second, because Amy jumped in for a reason. Amy?
Okay. I stepped away. I'm self-muted and stepped away because I forgot about the lag and everything. So I missed the story, but I think I got the main part of it. But what I wanted to tell you about the smudging thing is that this is what I was picking up at the tail end. Like half and half believe, because it's like, and I think this is the case for a lot of people. I'm not picking on you. There's so many people who tell me, oh, I'm an atheist. But what they mean is, I don't like organized religion. But what Corrine was talking about was believing in the energy, harnessing that energy to use it for good. So if you don't really believe, if you half believe, the smudge stuff doesn't have any magic powers in it. You have the magic. So if you didn't invoke your personal power in with the smudging and we're just spraying it like you spray Lysol or, Ozium or whatever, it probably had the energy of the last person. So that was just the point that I wanted to make, is why we have to believe in our own energy, or else somebody else's energy is going to be running our show. That makes sense. Corrine, do you agree?
Right. I totally agree, Amy. Totally agree.
I mean, I get why people don't believe because, because religion is so stupid and so
corrupt, greedy,
ill-intent, right? Ill-intent, corrupt, greedy,
all these wrong things,
despicable, pedophiles, all of it. It's disgusting. And then they taught us about this, like how we made God into like a guy. Like, God shouldn't even have a gender, but we made him into some kind of like alcoholic father that sits in the sky. And, if we catch him in a good mood, we get shit. But if we catch him in a bad mood, all hell is going to break loose. And it's really hard to break those thought patterns because they're in our DNA. It's not just in your brain. It's not like just from going whatever. It's in our freaking DNA. So that was all I wanted to share was when I was catching the tail end of it, coupled with your skepticism, which totally the skepticism totally makes sense because I'm skeptical about a lot of things because I swear if someone pulled the wool over my eyes, that's like the worst possible thing that can happen to me because you've taken me to be a fool and then it's like I am going to destroy you. So
yes, it's being recorded.
I get skepticism, but why I had to chime in was you were, talking a little bit about your skepticism and then about this bad smudge job. And the problem with the bad smudge job was it just had somebody else's mojo on it. I was probably an idiot, obviously an idiot, because there's a lot of idiots out there. And that's the other important thing is that if we don't harness our personal energy and use it for our own personal highest good and the highest good for the people that we love, it's not like we're just going to miss out. Somebody else's energy is going to be running the show. And who wants that? Because most people are most people are stupider than us. I would say that most people, the average bear is stupider than the average Curious Times attendee.
Stupider, more stupid, Amy.
More stupid in more things, in more areas. I mean, I'm sure we all have a stupid area, and that's fine. But people are more.
I believe that the word stupider is just fine to use.
Okay, thanks.
And then stupider, and stupidest.
Anybody else is,
Stupid, stupider, and stupidest.
Yeah, you got a bad smudge job.
Well, I'm pretty confident in my ability to smudge. It's just those sevens. I'm just got my doubts.
No, have no doubt. 7,
That's the problem.
Your have doubts. No doubt about that.
You can say that you're a good smudger, but if you have your doubts, that in and of itself makes you a shitty smudger.
What?
Sorry.
I didn't get that.
You're a shitty smudger because you have doubts.
Right.
Okay,
can't have
everybody
any
at
doubts.
once.
Can't have doubts.
Yeah, you can get pharmaceutical grade smudge. You can get pharmaceutical grade smudge. And you can go to the Harvard of smudge school. But if you have your doubts, then it's going to be an exercise in futility. Because where your doubts are, is where everything gets filled with energy. So where your doubts are, gets filled with other people's energy. Could be good energy, could be bad energy. It's just a roll of the dice. And that was just my gut reaction as to what happened. no criticism. That was just my observation. I never said any of these things before in my life, so take it for what it's worth. You can have your doubts, but I know what I'm talking. I'm never wrong. But you can have your doubts.
Oh.
No, you're right. She's right. She's right.
Dan finds a smudge in parking lots.
Because you're a truck driver. That's what truck drivers do. They find a lot of things in parking lots. But anyway, that's it. I mean, and that's I got to remember that. I got to remember that too. You know, because I started going to therapy because of my apathy, and we don't have the luxury of being apathetic because of what I just said that I never thought of before. That since everything's energy, if we have some kind of energetic void just because we have our doubts or we don't give a shit or, you know, for what, fill in the blank as to what the reason, you're busy, distracted, you know, whatever, some other energy is going to fill that space. And, you know, whether it's going to be a evil, you know, malevolent, whatever, Klingon that needs extraction, no, but it could be the energy of someone far stupider than you, which for me is like a malevolent, whatever. Anyway, the end. Did any of that make sense? Did any of that make sense?
Yeah.
It made sense to me. Absolute sense.
I think, but I mean, it's such a huge thing because people are so, I hear it all the time. Like my daughter says, I'm an atheist. And it's like, you're not an atheist. Most atheists are not atheists. Most atheists are just too smart to buy into the nonsense, otherwise known as organized religion.
At work, I don't have time for imaginary friends.
Right.
Yeah, well, they're there.
I do.
You know, they're there. You do have time for imaginary friends. Imaginary friends are going to be around you all the time. It's just, are they going to be familiar to you or are they going to be strangers? Would you rather be, you know, around friends or strangers? Because every single thing, all the stuff that we call thin air, is filled with energy. You know, it's filled with energy. The energy of, you know, other people who walk the earth, the energy of things, you know, the energy of all the things that are on the earth, the energy of all the things that used to be on the earth, you know, but all this thin air is filled with stuff. So, anyway.
We got a caller. Let's get we got a couple. Let's go get them. Let everybody stay on. We just ruined Dan's reading by what I just did.
Oh, that's fine. You didn't ruin it.
So who's two? I'm going to bring on 251 and 704. Hi, 251. Who's that?
Hi.
Hi. What's up? Dan's going to give you a tequila reading. What can we do for you?
Honestly, my husband, he had seen the posting that y'all had put on Facebook. So I was calling just to kind of give it a shot. I didn't know if you guys did like tarot readings or, you know, what type of readings you did.
First, let's start with your name, because we're psychic, but we're not all that psychic. So what's your name?
My name's Anna. It's Anna Forrest.
Hi, Anna. Okay, so do you have a specific question? Because we're in overtime now, and we're just on casual time now. So do you have a specific question? Because it could take 2 hours if we just
she asked about her husband's job. She asked about her husband.
Oh, husband's job.
Going to apply for a job, right? Wasn't that the question?
Yeah, probably.
Wow.
I'm like multitasking.
You know, the bad thing is I never asked that at all, but that is something that would definitely need to be inquired about. So I feel like that is a sign there to start off with.
Huh, there wasn't a job on Facebook. I swear he's going to apply for a job on Facebook.
Yeah. So anyway,
Okay, well, I'll just say something about the job, and it really is the same thing that I was just saying to Dan, is that when what am I trying to say here? I'm trying to think of a nice word because I don't even know you, so I don't want to sound mean. But when we're not 100% confident in ourselves, in our abilities, which is really easy to, because all you have to do is walk outside and have someone cut you off in traffic, or have some human do some silly human trick, and our confidence starts eroding away.
It manipulates your emotion, or you can't, focus on it.
I'm sorry, what did you just say? I didn't hear you.
I said basically it manipulates your emotions where you're not able to focus on it.
Yeah, and we kind of we would rather be right than happy, so we kind of just find these little ways to be less than the best version of ourselves. So that's just what I would tell you to somehow remind your husband that he's perfect just the way he is, and to just go out and be the best version of himself, not spend energy hiding his warts. Instead, use that same amount of energy exuding the parts that aren't warts.
Right.
Now we'll move to that's all I have.
Okay, so Anna, do you have any twins in your family?
I'm sorry, any who?
Twins.
Do you have any twins in your family? Twins.
I do not have twins. The only thing that I know about a twin was my uncle was supposed to be a twin, but the other baby didn't survive in the womb.
Okay.
That's the only twins I know about.
All right, thank you. Okay, because you have the same name as a girl I grew up with, whose name was the same as yours, exact same name, and that's what she's a. Okay, so anyway, so your husband has been looking for a job for 6 months or so?
Yes, and he is working.
So
he's trying to find something better.
Right. So does he have to do with the outdoors somehow, his work?
Yes, he does. He works in the plant industry. He's a safety safety coordinator for plant industries.
Okay. So right. So there's a company that he might have applied at already, but I see a K in the name of the company. I want to say it's some sort of German name. I'm not sure. But anyways, there's a company that he has applied for before and that he will be getting a job at. And it's better than the one he has now. It's more responsibility, it's more money, but he's up for the task of it. Let me see.
Do you happen to see anything that would have to do with travel, maybe?
I don't see travel. I see short distance travel. I don't see long term travel. Maybe a couple hours away or something.
Okay.
And but I do see him in a oh God, what are those trucks? Not a big truck, but you know what I'm saying, like a utility truck.
Yeah.
Carrying things.
He actually drives. He drives that with his company.
Okay.
She's on a delay, so that's why.
But there is a place for him. Right. But there is a place that will hire him, that needs him, And I see it happening in the next, I'm going to say 2 months, I think, Anna. But he's got to keep applying, even where he already applied before. Because someone has an opening. One of those companies has an opening. And there's a K in the name somewhere. I'm not sure where it is.
Okay.
Okay, anything else?
No, ma'am. If that's all you got, then we won't keep you.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Anna.
All right, you guys
Good
have a
luck.
good night.
Good luck.
You too.
All right. And and who's at 704?
That would be me,
Who's me?
Diane.
Oh, hey, Diane.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good. How's it going with
Diane.
It's going. It's going.
you guys?
Diane.
Yes.
Diane, my new best friend.
You what? I didn't hear you. What?
Her new best friend.
Diane? I said, how are you?
I still didn't hear you. I just hear you laughing.
She said her new best friend.
Oh, whatever. And I say, bite me, Corrine. I wanted to say I totally agree with Amy as far as energy. That's one of the reasons why I don't let anybody touch my cards. Because I put all my energy into those cards. That's why I don't let anybody touch my cards.
Right. I hear you.
Yeah.
So, Diane.
So, Corrine.
You want to give.
My new best friend.
Yeah.
Sorry. You're such a smart ass.
I
am. I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you, Corrine. Lay it on me, baby.
Okay. So, Diane, we know that your brother came through in my reading for you, right?
Yes.
And that was freaking awesome. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But Tommy, I feel like Tommy also has more that he wants to say to you, and I'm going to try to discern what he's trying to say. Because earlier I picked up Tommy. I'm like, I kept thinking of Tommy, and I'm like, is this Diane's Tommy? So everyone, Tommy is Diane's brother who passed away very young. Not very young, but young. And so what is, but this time of year, Diane, what does this have to do with Tommy, August? Something in August, something to do with something, I don't know if this is correct or not, but something he wrote or something with August? I don't know. Do you know anything of what I'm saying?
Not sure what August, no. I know he passed away in June, but not sure what August would mean.
Okay, so when I think of August, I think of all the harvest stuff coming into its, most powerful, like the grapes and the whatever. I mean, it's like a really a time of harvest. So I think perhaps he's saying that it's a time of harvest for you. And wait a minute, hold on. Let me just think for 1 second, like try to commune with him for a second.
Okay.
Starsky and Hutch, what does that mean? Hold on. Okay. So where do you have any rose bushes around you?
No.
No.
But
okay.
But growing up at the house that we grew up in, my mom used to have a lot of rose bushes around there.
I see yellow roses and I see red roses.
That would be right.
Okay. Tommy. He was so cute. What do you want to say to Diane? Well, I see a boot in the ass, for one thing. You are almost there, this is what I'm hearing right now. Sorry, my eyes are closed. That's when I can do my best work. Is you are almost there. He's saying, I'm going to keep kicking your ass until you get there. I'm going to keep kicking your ass. What is he talking about?
I know exactly what he's talking about. He's actually answering a question that I asked him yesterday. Oh, this is pretty cool.
Good.
All right, I know what he's talking about.
Okay. Good.
Wow.
Good. And then, so I see him kicking your ass, and then I also see at the end, like this yellow. It's almost like a rainbow, but it's not a rainbow. It's like yellow and red and orange. This over this landscape. I'm not sure what yellow, red, and orange. It's like a rainbow with only those colors. I can't explain it, but let me see.
Can you draw it?
Yes, I could draw it.
Good.
Not on here. I can't draw it.
No, I know
that. Okay. Yeah, I can draw it, and it's over like a meadow. And at the under those colors, I see a little tiny house also. It's a small white house. It's like white. It's got white exterior. It's small, but it's beautiful. It's like a little house on a prairie almost. Not to bring up Little House on the Prairie, but it's like a little house.
Okay.
And then I see a clock. I see a clock in the house going around. And it's at 6 o'clock. I don't know what that means. 6. Okay, so it's going around. Like the time's going by. Maybe it means 6 months, Diane. I'm not sure. 6 something. Okay, and let me see. Tommy. I think he's saying also how music is very important and that you should listen to music more. Does that make any sense?
Yep.
And the music is, you know what? I just keep hearing Leonard Skinner songs.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay. And, so important. You got to listen to that. And he's almost saying it changes your frequency when you listen to this. That's interesting.
I believe that.
Yeah, I do too. Let me see, Tommy. So now I see him sitting there at like he's outside somewhere and he's got a cigar. Does that make any sense? A fucking cigar?
No, that's possible. Yeah, he used to smoke cigarettes, so I wouldn't be that surprised if you see him with a cigar.
Okay, so it's a cigar like I got it made, kind of. I got it made.
Okay.
All right, so hold on. He says mama. Hold on. Okay. So your mother, your mother. Here. He's got his arm around your mother, and he's like, "We're here, we're here." Okay, hold on. I just see them kind of, I mean, they're laying back, but they're also like showing all these motions of that if you lived on a farm, you'd be doing like, like I can't explain it. It's like we're doing all of this work that needs to, and sometimes the work something like the work, it seems overwhelming, but it's nothing when you love it. And in other words, I'm not sure why I'm seeing this farm thing here. I don't know why. But they're like at a farm going through the motions of doing the work and stuff.
Cool.
Oh shit. Ask me a question, Diane.
The house that you were seeing, is that the house that I'll eventually be living in?
Let me see. Hold on. There's going to be some farm aspect to the house you're going to be living in. I'm not sure if it's going to be a full farm or just a place with a chicken coop or something. But it's got there's the house. It's like it's mostly like just natural wood looking, but it's also kind of white in some areas. Like some parts of it are natural wood, some parts are white. Yeah, this could be your freedom. This could be your freedom. Can you handle it? Tommy's saying. Can you handle this? Okay. So your mom is showing me a big heart on her chest. It's like almost like diamonds, a diamond heart or something. Diamond. What is that? She says, "Do you see how bright this is? How much it sparkles?" Yeah. Yes, I see it. This is how much my daughter sparkles.
Oh my God, I'm going to cry.
Do you remember a diamond heart that she had?
I have a couple of diamond hearts.
Okay. Because it's like maybe like 2 inches or something. I'm looking at it on her chest. It's about 2 inches big. Yeah, she's totally fucking with you. Sorry, my language. She's totally with you. Yeah, she's totally with you. She's like, I see behind her, whoosh, whoosh. Like she's like trying to push you. And she's saying like, yeah, I'm here, and she's going. She's gonna go. She's gotta go. But she's waiting for you. She's waiting for you to do something also. She says she's gonna be the one. She's gonna be the one I can't do it alone. She's got to be the one. Okay. Then Tommy's just hanging back. And
I got to be the one to what? That's just...
I don't know. I guess push it forward somehow.
Okay.
Do something. What's September? Is this September have to do with her in any way? September?
September. I can think of right off the bat.
Okay. She's saying September 13th.
Huh.
I don't know what that.
Write that date down.
Yeah. But she's showing me fall, so that could also mean that you're going to get things in the works by fall for this. What's also, can I ask you one more question?
Sure.
What is 5 have to do with anything with her? 5 what the number I'm saying is 553. Does that have anything to do with anything?
553. Not that I can think of right offhand.
Mhm.
I'll write that
Okay.
down too.
Okay. Thank you. 553. You need money, but it's not the money that is going to allow you to do this. It is your will that will allow you to do this.
Holy shit. I know exactly what that's pertaining to.
Okay, good. She's saying she's very sure you're going to do this. She's like, I just see her in motion, like pushing you, like just being behind you, blowing out and pushing you. Let's see. How you know I'm with you? Is there something? Do you have something in your house, Diane, that is like a blue rose? Blue rose?
Huh. It's wait a second here. It's not a blue rose. It's actually a... Oh, wait a second. Oh, hell yeah, I do.
What is it? Is it a...
It's a blue rose. It's an actual... It's actually... Oh, my God. It's, one of those, oh, shoot, I don't even know. It's made out of, like, you can bend it. You can, bend it to shape it to, whatever, if you wanted to wrap it around, but it's a blue rose.
Okay. She says, I want you to know that that I'm here and I'm showing you this blue rose. That she sees the blue rose.
Right.
Okay. I just keep hearing you got to remove the doubt. You got to remove the fear. And I don't know if this is coming from me or from your mom, but I feel like it's coming from both of us, Diane. But you got to remove the doubt and the fear. And this is your time. This is your time. This is an important time, very important. And I know because I know that Brady just graduated and he's going to be going to college, and of course you're always going to be part of his life and everything. But this is time for you to focus on yourself and what you want, and to finally have that. To be able to take a deep breath and the freedom that you're looking for. She's completely freaking behind you. She is. And so is Tommy. Tommy's behind her, but she's in front here. Mom, what else do you have to say, Mom? Is there some, I'm just going to say this, I don't know if this makes any sense. Wiener? Is there some...
A wiener? A wiener?
Is there somebody, like, Jewish with the name Werner or Wiener or something like that that you've come across lately? Wiener, Werner, Warrener, something like that? Anyone that you know with that last name?
Not off, no.
Okay. Maybe they'll come up.
Now I got that stupid song in my head. Thanks.
Well, there's some Jewish guy that's going to be instrumental somehow in your life. I'm not sure what it is. It's an older Jewish man that's going to somehow be instrumental in this whole changing of the guards, so to speak. Yeah, he's like kind of balding, a little bit balding. He's short. He's Jewish. I don't know what the hell this has to do with you. I don't know, but that's what I see.
And his name is like Warner or Wiener or something like that?
Yeah, Wiener, Warner, Warrener, or something like that. W. I'm not sure. Okay. I'm trying to get any other information out of her that she wants to tell me. Hold on. Was she, hold on. She had a sister, Diane?
No. Oh, well, you know what? We don't know. I say this because, you know, when we went to get a copy of her birth certificate, you know, she was born in upstate New York, and at that time, you know, she was actually born in the house there. And so when I had talked to the clerk there of the small town in Tuscarora, New York, was when we found out that her mom, my grandma, had apparently had another child before her. And it was never listed as deceased or anything like that. So we don't know if it was a boy or a girl.
I think it was a girl. And does the name Angela mean anything to you? Angela.
I have a friend named Angela.
Okay. I think it was a girl that your mom had because she's showing me with a sister. Your mom's showing me with her sister.
But now, see,
I'm not, you know, I can't.
Now, my aunt, she considered a sister, which was my father's sister. These two were really close, my mom and my aunt.
Mm-hmm. Okay. No, this is her real sister.
Wow.
This is not your aunt.
Wow. Wow. Well, that's wild.
Yeah, it's with an A initial at least. I mean, I don't know if it's Angela. That's the name that came to my mind, but I'm not sure if it's Angela or another A, like Annie or Anne or something like that. Okay, let me see. Do you have any other questions I can try to answer?
Job. What are you seeing job-wise?
Okay. So I know that you went through medical training, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But there is some kind of office job that you could do from that. There's some kind of job you could do from that training. But you haven't looked at any of those places yet in your area, I don't think.
No.
Okay.
I haven't because of you know because of our scheduling conflicts.
Right. I feel strongly that you need to try to do that, and you need to get out of where you are.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm asking your mom about this. Hold on.
Okay.
There's 3 major places around you that take this kind of work, or that need this kind of work. And she's saying the 3rd place you apply for is the best, whatever that is. I'm not sure what that is. But the 3rd place you apply at is going to be successful. So, Mom, what do you say? Because I can't tell you, it's going to be when she applies. Okay, thank you. So you need to apply at those places. There's 3 major places near you that need this kind of work, or that, you know, you could apply to. Okay. So do that, Diane.
Okay.
Look up what's near you, and she says it's all within your reach. Everything you need is within your reach. It's there. You just have to step forward and do it, which I personally believe in also. It's not always easy, I know that, but I mean, there's something that, you know, like I say, when we take a step toward the future, a happier future, the universe steps in and tries to help us. So this is something I strongly believe in, that you should do. Okay. So, any other questions?
No. No, I'm just glad that my brother and my mom are around. That's really cool.
Yeah, they're definitely there, and they're waiting for you. They're waiting for you to, not waiting for you to come to the other side.
Oh, I know. I know.
They're waiting for you to step forward, because your mom also is saying, I didn't teach you like that, not to believe in yourself, not to have that confidence. She says she taught you to have freaking confidence and to go forward. Did she?
She was always my supporter. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they're kind of like, I'd say in the movements that they're making, a little bit impatient for you to do this. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you have to do it because they're insisting to kick your ass, but I'm saying that, you know, I mean, it's time. It's time. You know?
Yeah.
It's time. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
One more thing. So, what did Snow White have to do with anything with your mom, Snow White?
Well, we used to like watching Disney movies, so Snow White was definitely one of the Disney movies.
Okay.
We also loved Disney World, so.
Yeah. And I love that story of Snow White. I love the whole thing. In fact, it's weird. I had a dream about Disney characters last night, and I was trying to buy this old Snow White book in my dream. I was like, I went to this tag sale, and they had old books, and one of them was Snow White, and I'm like, I have to get that because at least for the images in it, I love those. But perhaps the story of Snow White is more meaningful to you at some point, you know, coming up. I'm not sure what it is, but that's what I get.
Not being any more specific than that, she's gonna make me figure that out.
No, she's just saying, she's showing me Snow White, and how just how Snow White, the story can happen in any atmosphere. Like, it doesn't have to be in a forest with this young black-haired beautiful girl and 7 dwarves. It's like, this is an eternal story. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Snow White. I don't know, but I like that message myself, to tell you the truth.
You're funny. So Snow White has in the forest, so it's, you know, it's probably me getting back to nature, maybe.
No, maybe you're supposed to date a dwarf.
Maybe.
A small person. I think dwarf is an okay word to use.
Yeah, dwarf is okay. We're talking about the 7 dwarves. But always get out in nature. That is so important. Oh my God. It's like, you know, nature mirrors us, and the dying and the resurrection and all of this, like the blooming, everything reflects human. You know what I mean? I think.
Right. Well, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I've been hugging trees lately, and there was one right outside my bedroom window that was losing its leaves, and it looked like it was dying. So I wrapped my arms around it, started putting all the energy I had into it, and I don't know, 4 days later it started sprouting new leaves. It was pretty cool.
You see how powerful you are. Really.
I did that to another tree a couple of years ago that was off to the left, and that thing was definitely, it wasn't even coming around. There were no leaves on it, nothing. And it's a fruit tree, that, not the one just recently, but a couple of years ago, and I did the same thing, and about a week later it was starting to, you know, sprout leaves after, you know, when it should have had leaves on it prior, and my ex was like, I thought you said it was dead. I'm like, I said it was. You know, and that was all I said. That was all I said, and I walked away. I'm like, yes, it was.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and I say this, and you've heard me say this a million times, you don't even realize the power you have. None of us do, including myself. But it's like you have tremendous power to do a lot of things. You know what I mean? You just got to put your faith, time, and, you know, energy into this stuff, and we make it happen. We you know, we got to make it happen. It's like, you know, we can go many ways in this lifetime on Earth, but I mean, why not go the way of beauty and abundance and all of that stuff? Let's do it, man. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Hug a tree, save a life.
Yeah. Save their life, and also we can do this for human beings too. You know what I mean?
Agree. Yep. Well, Corrine,
so thanks for calling it.
Well, thank you, Corrine.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. I was just, you know, I really wasn't. I was actually just called in because, you know, I clicked in because I heard what Amy was saying. I'm like, I'm
everyone gone?
Wait, are you guys there?
I'm here.
Okay. Chris, we can't hear you.
Okay, I had to refresh my page. My computer's lagging. So I think she must have hit a wrong button and hung up or did something silly.
Okay. So what's going on, Amy? What's your plans? I mean, I know you got some stuff coming up. What's going on?
Well, it took me 12 hours to get to Louisville today because I was just dawdling. But it was not, so it was, I guess it was exactly what I was supposed to do. So, and I did not go, I was supposed to go to West Virginia, but I didn't realize how far it was. I thought it was like an hour from Louisville, but it's like 5 hours because you can't like go straight. You have to go, because it's all mountains and everything. So you have to go like around the mountains and stuff. So I did not go to West Virginia, which is where I was supposed to be today. But that's okay. But I still have to pick up. Well, I'm in Louisville because I got to go take care of my mom. But I also have to pick up a bunch of stuff for our next run to West Virginia. Those people. It's just, I was thinking about it, comparing it to like the inner city. And like in the inner city, you can walk 10 blocks and you're out of the hood. But in Appalachia, there's no place to freaking go. You're just stuck there until you die. I mean,
right.
It's, what I mean? Like, it's like you can, the rest of the world is, you might be like poor and live in a horrible, and these deplorable conditions, blah, blah, blah. But you can walk 10 or 20 blocks and escape that, even if it's just for a little bit of time. But these people, I couldn't quite get why this area was in the predicament that it was in, because this is nothing new, that nefarious people go there to exploit them because they're easily exploitable because they're poor and stupid. And at first I didn't think that this situation could be solved by education, but now I think it can, because now, where they've got online schools and I don't know. It's just, the whole thing is just captured my latest obsession. So anyway, so that's
Amy, I was going to say, before you explained everything, so Amy was going to go to West Virginia and actually try to find out about this asshole that is in charge there.
Well, I was actually delivering school supplies. I was actually
prescribing.
But I was going to do what you were. I didn't mean to.
But you wanted to find out about this jerk.
Yes.
So
because
she's
this
going to
guy,
find out about this jerk who's actually a politician there.
He is like the epicenter of the opioid crisis, because this guy, and that's the thing about this area, is that they just continue to get targeted by people who see them as easily exploitable. And talk about like what we were talking about earlier, about what happens when we let our energy down. Okay, so there's these people, that have in their DNA, they've got this exploitation in their DNA. They Anyway, so this guy, I forget his name now, Sam, blah, 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 blah. He was the mayor of this town. It's called Williamson, West Virginia. It's in Mingo County. It's a town of like 2,400 people. And in a 2-year period, enough OxyContin was shipped to the pharmacy in that town that happened to be owned by the mayor for 6,500 pills per resident. Now, OxyContin did end up finding its way to West Virginia early because coal miners would get hurt and they needed a way to keep working. And the OxyContin allowed them to keep working. But those people that what's their name? Those people that the Purdue Pharmacy people, they're like the 5th richest family in the world right now, and they're all fighting. Yeah. Some of the family was participated in OxyContin, and some of the family did not. And the part of the family that did not participate in OxyContin thinks that they are, scumbags. And they're big in Massachusetts, like big donors to Harvard and big donors to the arts and stuff like that. Anyway, moving back to West Virginia, this guy, the mayor, who was also the pharmacist of the pharmacy where all these pills came to, was also the president of the West Virginia Board of Pharmacy. And 10 years ago, when it first came up that they started seeing a problem, this was before heroin. This was when it was just the prescription pills, and it was getting out of hand. And they started thinking that these drug companies were should have known better than to ship that many pills to such a small area. He, with his hat on as the head of the Board of Pharmacy, said, no, that's a really bad idea. It's going to turn into a witch hunt, and innocent people will be. And translation was he was going to go down. Now, and it's weird because all these people are studying it, and all these people do understand, the role of the pharmaceutical companies and the role of the distributors and all of this stuff. But of all these investigations, not one single person has brought up this Sam guy who's now like 86 years old and just bought the hospital because he's probably going to turn it into he just bought the hospital in the town. The whole town, everyone's in jail. The whole town is just there's the most godforsaken place. Worse than anything I have ever seen. Anyway, yeah. I forget what else I was going to say. So I'm involved in this charity, and they're naming a scholarship after Keith, which is interesting because did I tell you this the other night? Because Keith got arrested for selling Black Beauties at a bluegrass concert in West Virginia, and West Virginia was one of his favorite places. So I find it hysterically. This was when he was like in high school. It wasn't 5 years ago. I just think it's really befitting and ironic and a little bit funny that now they're going to name a scholarship after him that's going to go to this county.
No shit. It's horrible. That is so indicative of everything going on in the country with these opiate pushers that have wreaked havoc on America with the thousands and thousands of deaths that have taken place And they just reported on the news the other night, 60,000 people die a year from opiate abuse. It's way more than that. You know what I mean? I
yeah,
think
those
it's
are the
way
ones
more.
that are reported. Those are the people they find with needles in their arm. Keith was not reported as an opioid death, and it was, you know. A lot of people get so addicted to pain pills, especially when they've got cancer or something like that, and the doctors just, you know, when this all started,
They don't
go back to like the
don't
late 1990s when they made pain a vital sign.
Yeah, totally. And they dole them out, you know, I mean, maybe it's not so much now, Amy.
No, which is the problem.
I mean, they
the people
dole
are
them out like
addicted,
it's...
so pain patients are turning to heroin. It's not just random people are going out. If you notice, it's a lot of boys who started with sports injuries, and they got liberal doses.
Yeah.
And they got a taste for it. If you remember when I used to have to do my radio show from the car or the bathroom because I took in my stray old boyfriend. He went to the dentist. He had an addictive personality, but it's not just. Anyway, he went to the dentist to get a tooth pulled, and the guy gave him like this ridiculous amount of OxyContin, and he ended up going on a vendor that at the end of the day cost him over $1 million. He spent like $1 million. He went like on this 2-year bender till everything was gone, and he had already gotten like anyway.
Yeah.
So
and
hopefully
they go for the heroin. Heroin is cheap, you know.
Yep. Because the pills became ridiculous as they became rarer and harder to get. The heroin was much cheaper. So a lot of people who are now heroin addicts are really just pain patients that got kicked out because the doctors became afraid to prescribe it. And these people were horribly addicted and with no plan for detoxification or anything. They just took them off.
The end.
The end. Yeah, I should say the end because then we have the gap. So yeah, so it's a horrible thing. It's something very close. It's something very close to my heart. But this whole West Virginia thing, how the whole history of Appalachia, how we let Appalachia, and it's interesting because without getting, they've been forgotten about all through time. Here's an area where far more than 2,000 children are separated from their parents, and all these horrible, horrible things are going on. This isn't anything new. All through time, we never cared about Appalachia. We just never really knew what to make of it or knew what to, we knew it was there and it was sad and, so this charity I'm involved in started because several musicians I follow are from that area. And we just wanted to give back to that area, and I just didn't realize how big the need was, and how underserved that area is. A lot because of geography. It's way easier to get, to a soup kitchen in the inner city. It's on the way home from work. Just make a left turn instead of a right turn. But it's freaking haul to get to can't even get to Appalachia. And then I was like, well, where am I going to stay? Because I presume all the hotels are like crack houses. Anyway, but the charity, they have a Facebook page if anyone's interested, because we also, the other thing we do, which is a little more hedonistic, is we help people go to rock concerts. People donate tickets that they're not going to use, and sometimes if people have a sad story, or not a sad story, and need help with the cost of transportation or something like that, do a rock show, because music is healing. Anyway, it's called 9 North White, and there's a Facebook page, and we're doing a lot of really great things. The end.
The end.
That's excellent. That's excellent, Amy, because it's like if we need something in this country, we need someone fighting against the opiate addiction, because it is killing so many damn people, and it's like a fucking scourge on this freaking, in this country like no one has ever known. You know,
and it's
really,
making people
you know?
it's making people challenge their values, because, you know, when entire emergency department budgets are having to be used on Narcan, when there's people who overdose 3 or 4 times in a single day, at some point in time, you're like, maybe you should just die and get a do-over, which, if people understood spirituality, you know, and the afterlife, probably whatever, but, you know, probably whatever. It's probably, you know what I mean? Like when your car is just too far gone and you finally realize you traded in. Some of these people, honestly, are too far gone. It is very, very hard, because this isn't a natural substance like cocaine and things like that. It rewires your brain. So to get off of it is next to impossible. So, you know, maybe the humane thing is not to revive them. Maybe the humane thing is to let them go and get a do-over. But, you know, that is...
Right, I know. Now, when you think of Narcan now, Amy, I have, like, this feeling like, man, do I wish there was Narcan when my mom was alive? You know, and I feel, like, angry about it. I'm like, man, I wish that Narcan was around, you know, during all these, my mother, my sister, and it wasn't, so they couldn't come back to life. You know what I mean? Essentially, they couldn't come back to life. Keith couldn't come back to life because you didn't have frickin' Narcan. But you're right about this. It's like, it's kind of screwing with, you know, in my opinion, it's kind of screwing with, you know, they want, you know, obviously after so many times, they probably want to die. They don't want to come back. You know what I mean? But we're bringing them back at the cost of whatever. It doesn't. The cost doesn't exactly
matter. Right, it's like someone's house burns down.
Like
someone's house burns down. Someone's house burns down because, you know, they're out administering Narcan for the 3rd time in one day, you know, to the same person. But how do you tell that person's? I mean, and if you want, there's some excellent documentaries. There's one I posted on my Facebook page, but there's 2 on Netflix right now. One about girls. It's called Heroine, like, you know, the heroine of a story, but the E is in parentheses because, you know, it's heroine, you know, play on words. And the other one is called Recovery Boys, and they're both on Netflix. And yes, those people would rather be dead. They would rather be dead. They lost their kids. They've lost everything. You know, these weren't, you know, there was times in this area, you know, like if there were jobs and there was periods of prosperity from time to time. And but now multiple generations, the teachers in this area have to read the police blotter every morning because they know because sometimes, because there's a lot of meth out there too, and so parents or two parents and grandparents, or two sets of grandparents, will all get arrested in one swoop, and so they will realize that another one of their if one of their students is acting up or suddenly not showing up or whatever, they'll know that this kid is going to need extra attention because his parents and grandparents all went to jail. So that it's just beyond.
Right.
It's beyond anything I cannot believe that this happens. I cannot believe that this is happening under the radar in America.
Yeah, and it's not under the radar, Amy. Everyone knows about this. Everyone knows who's responsible for this. And no one can speak out against it because they're all bought and sold. I mean, we know this. We freaking know this, Chris, who's 704? Bring him on.
I think that's Diane. Is that Diane or something?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, okay. Hi, Diane.
Hi.
Sorry.
I'm just listening.
What's it to you? What's it to? We're still recording, so otherwise I'd say, what the fuck is it to you? Oh, I did say that.
Yes,
So anyway, yeah, but it's interesting. It's going to be interesting. It's going to really be interesting to see what happens, because I believe it to be intentional. I now believe it to be intentional. I believe that it's an intentional, just kind of like the crack cocaine was. This was just directed at a different demographic group, and I think it's an effort at population control. They're trying to kill these people.
You probably heard the story about Demi Lovato, who's a singer.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Okay. So she was brought back by Narcan. She probably would have died, like Whitney Houston before Narcan died. Like everyone else that died, like Prince and everyone else died before Narcan became available.
Yeah, like Jimi Hendrix, right? And this is nothing new.
I don't think
he died of a heroin overdose.
He did?
Yeah. Well, there's a rumor that it was something else. There's a rumor that there was something else, but this is nothing.
Well,
this is nothing new. It's been, there's been heroin epidemics in our country before. So many of the Vietnam veterans came back addicted to heroin because they let them do it because they were in such horrible situations. But I think the important thing is, and then I'll let someone else talk, is going back to what we were talking about earlier about harnessing our personal power. Harnessing our personal power and never giving our power to someone else or anything else, not giving our power away to pain. Not to say that pain pills aren't, that pain medication isn't needed from time to time, but, you can lean into your pain or you can lean into, never give your personal power. It's like what your virginity, women's virginity used to be like You know, it is our personal power is our most precious resource. And the other side of this, you know, if we were going to look at the spirituality of this opioid crisis, people gave their power away. People gave their power away to their pain. People gave their power away to whatever for greed. You know, look at all the players in this, and they all gave their personal power away. And that's when the shit hits the fan, is when we give our personal power away.
Right. However, on the other side of things, I understand addiction. With that type of addiction, I've never taken opiates, but I hear from people that do take opiates is that it's like a feeling like you've never had before. Like you're in heaven, essentially. Like it makes you feel so fucking good and so right with the world that, and it is a natural thing, but it's deadly too. But I mean, it's like, I understand that addiction. I completely understand it.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying
some of us
is powerful. This wouldn't have. I mean, I didn't mean to trivialize it. Addiction is real. There's some people. I mean, I took them because I wanted to know what the big deal was, and they just made me like throw up. But because I think I took too large of a dose. But then, like, anytime my mother has extra pain pills, I always scoop them up, because you never know when the apocalypse is going to come. They're from my personal poison pill collection. So I started taking, so I had these ones that weren't, they weren't that strong. They were like, I don't know. I started taking them every day, and I was starting to get a euphoria. I was starting to get a euphoria from them. But different people react to things differently. Not everyone.
Because reality
is going to become an addict, and that's
reality
why I think that it's.
Well, I mean, I think that most people, Amy, that take opiates do become addicts after a week or so. I mean, because you feel so good. And you know what I mean? It's like it's like the devil. I call it the devil. It's like the fucking devil's got a hold of you, and it ain't letting go anytime soon. You know what I mean? And thus all these deaths that happen from overdoses, and because you're always trying to get that feeling back. And I mean, it's a horrible, horrible thing. It's fucking horrible. I mean, I don't know what to say, but it's horrible,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It is horrible. It is horrible. I don't think that we're gonna. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. I am doing what I'm doing. I am interested in injustice, which for me is divesting, especially Purdue Pharma, of their billions of dollars of profit that they gained off of this, and empowering the kids, the young kids, the ones that are now like living in foster homes and separated from their parents, giving them a way out. Giving them a way out.
Yeah, it's just, it's horrible. This whole freaking thing. It goes on and on like a fucking bad carousel.
On and on, and on and on. Nobody found that funny. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Okay, no. We're still recording. I always forget. Let's just stop that. I'm gonna end recording, and then we don't have to worry as much. Sorry, Jenny Satori. So yeah, I'm off for pretty much a week, you guys. I'll be back next Saturday, but Salva will be here Thursday or Friday, and she can either go on her own or whatever. I'll let her know that. There's no other show scheduled anyway because we rescheduled. I've redone that all now, Amy. So we've rescheduled Nick. He would have been here this Tuesday, but he got a job. Lucky dog. And so he's going to now take that, third Sunday of every month. So so there we go. I'm going to hit the stop button. Thanks, archive listeners, and we'll talk to you guys after.